Hey geeks, welcome to the TG2M conversation. I'm KayeCee Austin. How are you guys doing? Okay, so today I have a treat for you guys. I have the author of the motivational and inspiring book, Be, Dawn Witte. Okay, Dawn is the founder and director of the Desire to Inspire Foundation, the co-founder of I Give on the Givers Marketplace, a life mastery consultant with the Life Mastery Institute, an international speaker, philanthropist, humanitarian, and as I said before, author of the book Be. Being a mom is her proudest role and title. Because of her great love for children, she started the Desire to Inspire Foundation, which provides children around the world with a mother's love and care. A philanthropist from an early age, Dawn's company, I Give On, began with her passion for fundraising and the nonprofit sector, while supporting businesses and artists who generously donate to worthy causes. Her steadfast resolve in eradicating hunger and extreme poverty is one of her greatest passions and driving forces. Her lifelong appreciation for community involvement earned her the honor of the Glendale News Press, one of the most influential people in the foothills. Okay. Dawn is raising her two daughters, Taylor and Carrington, her proudest accomplishments. She's currently working on her second book, To Be. I'm sure we'll talk about that just a little bit. Welcome to the show, Dawn.
Thank you, KayeCee. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Of course. Anytime, anytime. So for those in the audience that don't know, we heard your bio, but for those in the audience that, haven't heard of Dawn or want to know a little bit more about you, tell us a little bit about yourself, something that you want us to know.
Oh my gosh, what could that be? I love dogs.
Yes.
I love children. I think I love love, that kind of love for, the innocence, I call them.
Yes.
So it is one of my driving passions, and every single day I wake up, it's like, no, I'm so happy that I get to do this work in the world.
Yes, yes. And we are blessed that, that you graced us with your amazing book and your amazing presence today, for sure.
Thanks.
So tell us about Be. Let's see.
Okay. I used to collect quotes from people that I admired, things that made me think, oh my gosh, this is really, I never thought of things this way before. So I collected a bunch of them. I was going to compile them into a book. But I also started writing some of my own, like advice for my daughters, things that I wanted them to know in case I wasn't here, to tell them. And, I had enough of my own that I could put it together in a book. And so I essentially wrote that for my daughters to let them understand that, life is special, and like having love and gratitude in your life, being kind, those are the kind of things that make a life, not what your career is, what your degree is, how much money you make.
Yes.
It is your character and your integrity and what you put out into the world.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that. My mom was my best friend. You always see on TV, they try to show like, they pin little girls against their moms, but oh my gosh, and I can tell, like, just when you say, you talk about your daughters, I can tell, like, there's a love, a bond there.
Yes.
Yes. And I love the idea that you made it for your daughters. I love that idea. I really do. So as far as
my greatest gift about that is that I asked them to write the foreword to my book.
Yes.
And I read those forwards, and usually I get the eye rolls and the oh mom, and I mean they're 28 and 27, so they're adults now. But
yes.
I forget those things oftentimes, and then to read how they see me, like that was priceless. Wow,
when I started reading it, I was like, wow, my mom's in PTA, like she was a president. I think Taylor wrote that. I was like, oh, I love this. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. And by the way, I don't believe you that you have a 28-year-old. And I don't believe you look 28, girl.
Oh, thank you.
You look amazing.
Good lighting, maybe.
No, you look amazing. But what is age, It's how you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay. So what do you hope that the audience takes away from the book, B? Before we talk more about it.
I really want to put more love into the world. I really want to, again, add to the discussion and maybe let people consider for a moment that their career, their title, their degree, their house, their car, their shoes, their handbag, those things, those aren't what make you who you are. Those aren't the important things. Those are fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those things.
Of course.
But I think the things that are the most important are the things that come from our heart and soul and the things that we're able to give to others. Because I truly believe that you can't receive without giving, and you also can't give without receiving. It goes both ways.
I agree. To me, it's uniquely designed, and probably to a lot of people, it's uniquely designed. It's the quotes and things like that. So how did you create that concept? I know you wanted to, you said you wanted to, these were messages for your daughters. But like overall, like walk us through like your mindset when you said, hey, I want to design it like this, and this is the reason why. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I had a bunch of quotes, and then, I think as I was thinking about it more and more, thinking, okay, what do you do with this bunch of quotes? How do I want to categorize them, and what are the takeaways from this? And if you could summarize it into like a few words, what would those be? And that's kind of how the 7 words came to be. And,
yes.
Yeah, and then in my head, I just had this vision of different fonts and like different picture, things like that. So it was all in my head. A lot of times I'm vacuuming or doing something completely mindless.
Yes.
And have an idea. And so it's just a culmination of a lot of crazy ideas from me over the years.
And it's unique, but it's timely, because when it comes to like online, like everyone is so into quotes, and getting motivated and inspired. And this book to me is so timely. So we're definitely going to promote it for you.
Thank you so much. I have a friend, a dear friend. She actually is a manager at a bank, and she uses my book in her management training weekly meetings. She'll open up to a quote and talk about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so flattered.
Yes. And for me, it's when you can inspire your friends, your friends, and you're like, oh, wow, thank you. I'm glad you're using that in your everyday life, Yay, I love that. All right, so let's go back to talking about you being an amazing mother. So why is being a mom your proudest accomplishment? Why do you say that?
I just was 100,000,000% in. When I was a mom, that was all I wanted to be and all I wanted to do, and I just loved my daughters so much. I loved my dogs so much prior to having kids, and I remember thinking, oh no, I will never love my dogs less because, how could I possibly? And I have these amazing creatures, and I get to watch them grow up, and, I just enjoyed them every single, they say, terrible twos, or, oh, that's a good age. I'm like, I liked all the ages. They're little bitches in some of the times, but for the most part, they were all fantastic.
I agree.
And I had my girls when I was younger. I was 21 and 22.
Okay.
But I get to have them longer. I get to have them as adults for longer. So
yes.
It worked out exactly the way it should have.
So
and one of the reasons I love going to Africa and being with the children there is that I get to watch them grow up now.
Ah,
yes.
yes.
And with my girls, and now I get to do it with all these beautiful children.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So so tell us a little bit about your Africa trip. When did you go, and tell us a little bit about that.
I went the first time about 2 years ago,
Okay.
and I met these beautiful children who they're so full of joy. They have very little materially, sometimes water and food and medical attention is hard to come by, yet the joy they have and the love that they freely just pour out of them, it is just wow. So when I was there, my daughters kept saying, Mom, do not adopt any children, do not bring children home. I'm like, okay, I think there are laws against that. but I couldn't pick know together. You know, there were like hundreds of these children that would come and hug me, and so I thought, well, what could I do for them? I can't just go back home and live my life, you know, going to the movies, going out to eat, you know, and know that these children that I love are struggling. So that's when I decided to start the foundation and come in and, you know, just try to do the extras, like make sure they have the basics,
Yes.
but also do the little extras. You know, maybe like help them pursue their passions, because that's how they live their life, live their dreams, and do the best they can into the world.
Okay.
So that's why I started that, and then it's just over the last couple of years I've found more people, and I couldn't do anything that I would be more happy to do.
Right. So what part of Africa?
I am in Sierra Leone, Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, and Rwanda.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. I am actually, I don't know, I am actually half American, half African. Algerian and Nigerian.
Half Indian, half German.
Beautiful.
We're the half sisters.
Yes. All right. But that is, you know what, that to me, like, when I found out, I was like, because especially being, you know, in the States, you know, you think about other continents and you're just like, a lot of people they're like, that's not my problem, you know?
Right.
But the fact that you're like, you know what? We all make the world go round, and we have to help each other out in some way, shape, or fashion. I love that. I really do love that. Thank you for starting those foundations, for sure.
It's such my pleasure, really.
Yes. Let's see. So, all right. So, if you could have a message for the world, especially, you know, being a world traveler and all the amazing things that you are, if you could have a message for the world, what would it be?
Oh, you know, there's a bunch of them, but I think, you know, what the subtitle of my book, In a World Where You Can Be Anything, be. And, you know, if in a world where you can be anything, you know, be kind and be loving. I think love is the most important thing that we can have in this lifetime. I believe that is the only thing that we take with us from this life to the next. So, like, just love. Be love.
You're on the right show, because that's our message. You know, be kind, be positive, you know, love, love, love. Love. That's what we're about here. So I agree with you 100%.
That's all it is about, really. When you boil down the purpose here that we're born on this earth for, it's just the love.
I agree.
And the love that we produce, and I think that, you know, that's what I want my legacy to be.
I agree. All right, so let's talk about, you know, we've talked about your accomplishments, and we'll dig into a little bit more, but let's talk about some of your memorable failures, okay? So tell us about, you can choose one if you'd like, a memorable failure that you had, okay? Because this segment is called Failing Your Way to the Top. So tell us about a memorable failure that you had and how you overcame it, either physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or all of the above.
Oh, you know, I saw that question, and I honestly think that nothing is a failure, unless it's like an F on a test, which I've had, you know,
Yes.
as a kid. Pre-calculus is not my thing. But, like, what is, Thomas Edison said, it's not failure, it's feedback. So,
yes.
You know, Mary Morrissey says, you know, it's like when you were little and you were learning to walk, you didn't fall down and be like, oh, I guess I can't walk. You know, you just keep getting back up, and I don't look at any of the things. There are events that I've done that I wish I could have, you know, made more, you know, raised more money, or, you know, my marriage ended, and that could be considered a failure, but I still don't look at any of those things as a failure, because I learned from them, I grew from them. My former husband and I are still friends. We raised 2 beautiful daughters. I don't regret a moment of making the choices I did. So I really, like, the failure part, I don't think anything's failure. I just think it's growing and learning. I think we only fail if we don't learn the lessons from
Exactly.
different ones.
If we don't learn the lessons and then get back up is what I always add that, you know.
Yes, thank you. That's the important thing. You gotta get that stuff. Because if you feel like you failed, you're not gonna keep going.
Exactly.
And in the work that I'm doing in Africa, like, failure is not an option.
Exactly.
Like, if this didn't work, I'm gonna figure out this way, and if that way doesn't work, I'm gonna try another way, and I'm just gonna keep trying all the different ways until I figure out how to make it.
I used to always tell people I was that kid. I literally, you know how you have, you know, when you're growing up, you're like, okay, I have plan A and I have plan B. I literally had plan A through S. I'm like, okay, if I can't be this, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be an astronaut. Okay, if I can't be an astronaut, I'll be an author. If I can't be, you know, I literally, yes, failure is not an option. And it's not, like you said, it's not failure, it's feedback. What advice would you give someone right now who's in a situation that they just can't see their way out of and they're ready to throw in the towel?
Oh, you know, I have been in situations where I was just like, oh God, this is just too hard. You know, who do I think I am? Why do I think I can do this? And I think the thing that always gets me through is at the end of the day, my why is so big. I know why I do it. It's not because of the money, because God knows, there's not a lot of money for me in this. This is because I know that what I'm doing is, like, I feel called to do this. Everything, they say when you are on your right path, that the resources will come to you. They will, and I will tell you, I'm walking proof of that.
Amen.
So my third book, which I haven't written yet, but I have the title and I know what it's going to be. It's called Believe, like B-E, leave. And it is all about, like, my faith in just knowing that I'm here for a purpose, and I'm doing my purpose, and I'm living my life with my 7 words, you know, through love. I try to have, like, the utmost intent, like, when you are grounded in who you are, I think that also helps. But, you know, just make your why so big.
Yes.
That, like, you get back up, because even if it's, like, killing you, you're just like, I gotta do this.
Yes. I'm really big on knowing your why. Because, like you said, your why is going to help you bounce back.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that. We're right here. I love that. Yes. Okay. So, throughout your entrepreneurial journey, what would you say has been your greatest business-related achievement and why?
I think, you know, even like just starting a foundation, you know, there's a lot of paperwork and there's a lot of, you know, like physical stuff that you have to do. And it was just me at the very beginning, just saying that I'm going to do this. And then people have come into, so just getting a foundation off the ground and actually being able to do the work that I say I want to do. We've raised money for a borehole. This week, my girls in Sierra Leone are moving from a one tiny room home where they were all sleeping on the ground to now all having beds in a home with no electricity yet, but they have a well, they have water now. They get to go to school at a local school, and they don't have to pay for the school. So now they all get to go to school. They all get to sleep on beds. They have a home. It is just...
Congratulations. Amen.
I'm so proud of that.
Yes.
That is what I'm proud of.
Yes. Yes. Congratulations. That is amazing to hear. Wow. Oh my goodness. So I'm inspired. I'm totally inspired. Dawn.
Thank you.
So what else can we do from home in 2019 to have a more positive attitude as well as to be? What can we do?
You know, surround yourself with people who cheerlead you and support you and encourage you. Be that person yourself to others, and then you'll find those people in your life. You know, live with those 7 words. You know, live with happiness in your life. Live with love in your life. Live from an inspired place. You know, that's when your why is so big. That's the inspired place I talk about.
Yes. You
know, those kind of things. Like, really try to be a contributing person in this world. Don't only, I know you have to think about yourself for sure, but that's not why we're here. We're not here only for us. We are part of, you know, ecosystem. We are part of communities. Be part of that community. Extend a hand to your neighbor. Smile at the person at the grocery store. Say hello to your mailman. all of those things, they're small, tiny, they cost nothing, but they improve your vibration, and they also just make the world nicer.
I was just talking to a colleague about that. Like, every little thing is a ripple. It's a ripple, you know? And he was talking about, I don't smile for other people. Well, he's like, well, I'm not going to smile today, because I'm not feeling it. Well, you know what? You just never know where that smile is going to take that next person that saw it. That's what I believe.
Well,
that act of
I
kindness.
Tell you, there have been times in my life where somebody's told me later, maybe a few years later, it's like, you don't know what your kindness meant to me.
Yes.
You don't know what that meant to me in my life at that time.
Yes.
You just never know what somebody else is going through. So just be kind. Like, it doesn't hurt. It's not hard.
Preach, sister. When I always think about, my parents, they were really big on like teaching us lessons or whatever. And I remember they had us read the Reader's Digest when I was younger. And there was
I remember that.
Yes, you remember that?
I do.
There was a story in there about this kid who, long story short, that day he had decided that he was going to commit suicide. But because, do you remember that? Yes, but because the other guy spoke to him, and they became friends. And it was, the guy that spoke to him didn't know this until the guy that was going to commit suicide was saying this in a valedictorian speech. He was crying and he thanked him. He was like, I was going to kill myself until you spoke to me and walked with me home and things like that. I love that story. It's always, we're a ripple effect. So yes, you just never know. And you just never know. Like, I think about, the houses and the rooms that you're building. You don't know who those young ladies are gonna be, because they had somewhere to sleep, they had somewhere to. Wow.
I know. I literally am in happy tears at least once a day, just because I'm so moved by the gratitude that they show, and then when I see like this is making a substantial, like transformative change.
Yes.
In these children's lives. I used to volunteer. I volunteered in my girls' classrooms. I volunteered at a therapeutic school for children in the foster care system.
Okay.
I became a court-appointed special advocate for children in the foster care system. Okay. In Los Angeles, there are like 27,000 children in the system, which is so sad.
Yes.
And I loved it. I loved the work that I did with those kids because I think all kids are precious gifts. But when I saw their needs versus the needs of those children in Africa, I was like, oh, okay. you know, these children they have needs. I'm not belittling or diminishing their needs whatsoever. But when you're talking about a kid who can't have food or water, it's like, okay, I'm going to put my efforts there. And Africa, for some reason, has always called to me, too, and I don't know why, because I'm half Indian. But it's always been a thing for me. Like, I've always been very attracted to the culture, the people, the animals there. It's just fascinated me, and I love it.
Well, that's what I believe in. I always tell people, I believe in that's what you were put here on this earth to do. If it's calling you, that's what you're put here on this earth to do. And we're so grateful for you for doing it. So, all right,
thank you.
One last question. So, this is what we call the bonus question, okay?
Uh-oh.
And it's no right or wrong, okay? You choose. Okay. It's whatever. And it's probably going to be easier for you because there's no audience. I always tell people, I usually ask this question when I do my panels, when there's people watching you answer this question. So, well, they're watching, but, there's no immediate pressure. Okay, so if you were in a world that denounced entrepreneurship and being a creator and being a giver, okay, and said, hey, you need to take up a trade, would you take up a trade or rebel and be an entrepreneur and a giver and creator anyway?
Oh, that's so easy. I am a rebeller.
Yes! You're part of the rebel team. Yes!
I am. I was in a women's circle, and, we sometimes we take turns leading the circles, and this is the first time I'd ever done anything like that. So I would just come in and be like, well, I know we're supposed to do this, but, this is how I'm doing it. The woman that ran the circle, Laura Swan, who's an amazing, amazing mentor, just human. She would just say, there's Dawn doing her own thing. Like, this is what I do.
Yes.
Follow the program.
Yes, they say only fish go with the flow. Yes, all right. Woohoo. All right, well, Dawn, it has been an honor to have you here on the show. And is there anything else that you would like to say to our audience? And also, I'm going to give you a chance to give your social media details as well.
Oh, I would first just like to thank you for this opportunity. This has been such a fun interview, and I would just like to talk to you, just to talk.
Yes.
My foundation is www.desiretoinspirefoundation.org.
Okay.
We're updating it and redoing it because there's a lot of things that have happened since we did our last update. But, you know, you can go on there, see these pictures of these beautiful kids, find out what we're doing. Hold 1 second.
Okay.
And we're on Instagram at Desire to Inspire Foundation,
Okay.
and Facebook, Desire to Inspire Foundation also. And that is, you know, I would say, oh, go buy my book. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's my foundation that is the work that's the most important to me. And we are going to be releasing the ebook version of my book on the 24th of this month.
Beautiful.
And special permission, so for 2 days, 100% of the proceeds will go to Desire to Inspire.
Okay.
Because we've got a lot of work to do, and I just want to get it going.
Okay.
So,
well, we'll put the details, you know, in our link description. We'll put the details for your the book on Amazon currently. And then once you get the ebook out, just, you know, send me the details and I'll add it to this video, the link description.
Oh, so
of course, Dawn, of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for everything that you do, and be safe.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, take care, Dawn.
Bye.
Bye. Hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I enjoyed interviewing Dawn Witte. All right, so don't forget to check her out. I'll have her links in the description below, okay? All right, so I'm KayeCee Austin with the TG2M Conversation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.